Evening, one and all. 11 Mile Sessions Live. It's time for another great show. We have a special treat for you. In the studio, we have the man known as Death Cat. I gotta admit, you've never seen something exactly like this before. So, all right. Good evening, everyone. How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty groovy, ghouly, great, I suppose. Not too bad. And the nice AC up here in your 11-mile spaceship studio.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't have to be outside doing this. You imagine a summer festival right now?
Yeah, let's do it on the beach.
All right, without further ado, let's get started. What would you like to start out with?
This is about when we got abducted by space possums. It's called Out of Orbit. And it's
Cat out of orbit.
Ain't impossible, it's for you. Give it a ship, let's give it a slip. Now in time, spend the ship. All right here, the space of the ship. Tactic savvy, custom whip. Hold on the line, such you blossom. Everything's got way more awesome.
levels change because it sounds very different. Meow.
I think I only have the right side on mine, so I'm not sure.
How's yours sounding?
I don't know. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, just my guitar got really loud and I couldn't hear my vocals. Thank you, thank you.
This modern technology, you gotta love it. Yeah. All right, so we have the band Death Cat. Why don't you go around and introduce yourselves? Let's start out with, I heard your name is Bubbles.
Yes, indeed.
All right. And some of our platforms don't have visuals. I know that sucks for a band like you, but just in case, what do you do in the band? Do you play keyboards, etc.?
Play keyboard. I give general tomfoolery. I cut the cheese.
Oh, okay. Tell me more about that tomfoolery, but maybe. And how about you, sir? The one in the bright green.
I'm Tom Cat. I talk, yell, and then I challenge people's ears and brain cells with a guitar.
Okay.
Such disaster.
And you?
No comment. I'm a maniac.
No comment. He's a maniac. Okay.
Yeah, that's Space Jason Skaggs. He's a very meditative cat, so he's using his third eye to kind of, he's dealing with some other crazy stuff. Just maintaining the balance here for the rest of us, but we're all mad. Yeah.
So, and behind you, this is the mastermind of everything, I take it, or?
That's her.
I'm Meowsa. I'm the backup dancer, and I do meows, and I look good.
Yeah, it's a good gig if you can get it. All right. So we got lots of great tracks, tunes, whatever you want to call them. We're going to take a trip for the next hour. All right. So I think we talked a little bit about this before the show started. So what you're doing now is like newish stuff, correct?
Yeah, it's the Cosmic Cats album. So this was like conceptualized back in 2014, and had some ideas splashed out on some construction paper, noodling and doodling there. And then we started actually recording it in 2019, and then a bunch of stuff happened, and then we got back towards it in 2023, and then a bunch of stuff happened. So we're leaving the Earth's orbit again to just get away from this crazy place, because you know, we thought Earth was crazy before. It's even crazier. So sometimes you just want to get the fuck out of this place and dip out into space, where we've encountered, you know, some great fiends and friends of all kinds of species and sounds and tastes and smells. But then there's also, you know, problems and things going on in other galaxies and planets too, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently, no matter how much time goes on, it's still the same old, you know, in that respect. But so it's not just me. It almost seemed like a new universe was either created or we landed in it after the pandemic.
Oh yeah, we're constantly, what is it, ancient and sands in 3,000 possibilities in a single moment. So it's like, you know, based on our decisions and our actions and events, you know, it's like you collide and it's like alternate realities, sort of. And yeah, that's definitely happened a few times. It gets kind of weird, and you're like, wait a minute. You know, the whole mingle jingle effect. What am I talking about?
I've landed in like at least 1,200, and I still don't like any of them. I'm still waiting till I find the one I like.
Keep plugging away. It could be any night or
You
day.
tried unplugging it and plugging it back in.
Yeah. Did you try rebooting?
That doesn't even work anymore. That's the like go-to answer. Just reboot. It's like, no, that doesn't work.
Gotta take initiative action sometimes.
It's almost like Groundhog Day. Yep, still not working.
Those groundhogs!
All right, what would you like to do now?
All right, so once the space possums, Glitch and not Whiskers, they sent us to get Whiskers off of the Zist ship, so we had to go in disguise, pretending to install a hot water heater on these really mean four-eyed motherfuckers. They're keeping a lot of people held captive in these prison cells, slated for execution. Some mean motherfuckers, just conquering planet and world after world and opening up their McDunkles fat food chains and brainwashing people and just using people. So we had to go up on there and save some possums, and that's where we met this space base Meow Meow. He knew we were coming. So this is called Zist Ship.
Zeus ship.
Yowza. All right. So as far as this new release goes, how many tracks are you planning to have on that? Yeah.
Losing my ears here. So it's actually gonna be. Can I get more vocals in my thing? My thing, please. Thank you. So it's like actually gonna be a double album. The first one, it's 11 tracks. Starts with us getting abducted, and then it ends. We get sucked through a black hole, and then the second half of that album, part 2, is gonna be us coming out of the black hole and more space adventures.
Nice. So definitely a concept release for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna do. So first, we're gonna release a CD of the first half, the first 11 tracks, and then there's gonna be a video segment that's gonna go along with the complete version when we release the second half, maybe a year or so from now, hopefully, where it's music videos for each song, and then
Nice.
there's skits in between all of them, connecting it, kind of like a punk rock musical, sort of.
Very good, very good. So what are your influences as far as that goes? I know a lot of stuff similar to this. Not to say that you're not original, but you get the drift.
We copy everyone. We're a bunch of fakes.
We have no imagination.
Yeah.
But a lot of them great B movies, like from generations ago, and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, definitely love all the old horror and sci-fi flicks. For this album, definitely long ago past experiences from, being a psychonaut in space and in between space, and then I grew up with Star Wars and Star Trek, of course, and then musically, like always been a big fan of Golgo Bordello. We
Nice. Yeah.
they're great, right?
You seen them live?
Yeah, a few times.
Yeah.
Definitely knock your socks right
They
off.
are amazing, aren't they? Yes.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorites. We had an accordionist in the band at one time. That's actually how Meowsa and I met. Was from Spirit, the accordionist. And then we got some violin on this new track again, and it's some of the best violin playing we've had on any of our
Who's
stuff
doing it?
before. Pierce, what's his last name? Horvath? I'm so
Brosnan.
Someone
No.
that's not in this
Bronson, yeah.
room.
I
Sorry,
heard he had a
Pierce.
side gig. I didn't know about that one.
Oh my God, Horvath. I want to say is his last name. Pierce Horvath. He's a very talented young man from. He's actually from Michigan originally, Redford and Dearborn Heights. But we met him in Chicago. Actually, he met Count Cat in Chicago, and he was there. David the Rock Nelson, and then we started talking, and he was in Detroit this past winter. And we had been talking, and we're on the same page, and we both love monster movies, and all that. So he laid down some tracks in our spaceship, and what else? And then another, I love the Butthole Surfers. They're always like a big influence of like just to have fun. And what else? Oh, another big thing with this, some of the more funky riffs, of course. George Clinton, Parliament, Funkadelic, stuff like that. And then my bread and butter has always been 70s, 80s punk rock.
But as far as like the B movies, you're a big fan of. The one I'm thinking of mostly is like people like Mary Warrenoff. She was like in some of the B sci-fi movies. Any of you heard of Mary Warrenoff? And
I know the name. I can't think of who she is, though.
it was a bunch of movies that came out, like anything from Eating Raoul to what's the name of that one movie that came out in the 80s? It was called something Nights, I want to say. It was about these valley girls that
Havana Nights or
No, these valley girls like basically went shopping and they somehow missed the Armageddon. They come out and everybody's dead.
Oh,
You know
I
what
love that movie.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Oh my God, what's it called? What's it called, John?
tell us.
Night of the Comet. Yes. Things like that, and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, and
Yeah, those are great. Yeah, I used to go to, when I lived in Chicago, they'd have like the Sci-Fi Spectacular. I think they still do it. They do a horror, Terror in the Isles. All kinds of great flicks from, introduce you to a lot of great flicks. That's how I found a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, Night of the Comet's fun. That's a nice, eerie one, too.
Always one of my favorites.
Love Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Yup.
Yep.
That's a great one. I remember we had this babysitter. We like couldn't stand her, and we're like really grossed out by her just because they were really gross people. Like they didn't bathe and they stole money and looked inbred. And I shouldn't shit talk too much. But anyways, the best thing about her babysitting me as a kitten, me and my sister, was after she scooped ice cream with her bare, gross hands. She's like, "You guys have never seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space?" We're like, "What? What's that?" Like, whatever, girl. And then she put it in, and like, our lives are changed forever.
Yes.
Don brought you up with culture now.
You were never the same.
Yeah. It's all been downhill ever since.
In a good way. All right. Let's do another one. What do you got?
All right, so when your socks go missing, they might be kissing some dill muffs in outer space. So this is called dill muffs. They're space socks. Vocals, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
cozy fabric still. Let's go back to check through and need some more. Whispers across my whisper. It's magical words and time it's so you know. Feel what you must be
Yeah. I won't get into it too much, but I was looking up Mary Warnoff while you were doing that and listening and enjoying. But she is like one of the greatest movie actresses of all time. You got to look her up. She's been in so many things.
Never.
You guys have to have seen, the Suicidal Tendencies, the institutionalized video.
Yeah.
She plays the mom in that video.
Oh, and she wouldn't even fucking bring him a Pepsi.
But once you see her
only
face,
solution.
you're like, oh, and you. Yeah,
Who knows how different his life could have been if she just brought him that Pepsi.
Yeah. You see those guys live?
I have back in 2008 or 9. I want to see them again, but they're always playing with, really big bands, and it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I would love to see them again. They're ferocious.
I got to see them in
Psycho Michael.
91 at the State Theater, and it was their own side project that opened up for them, the one that had Trujillo in it back in the day.
Not Infectious Grooves, but something before
Yes.
that. It was Infectious Grooves?
It was Suicidal Tendencies, Infectious Grooves. It was that they basically played twice.
Nice. Yeah, they kick ass too. I seen them before too. Yeah, I love that stuff. Funk metal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk about this thing that you mentioned before we even got started with the show today. You had that cause that you wanted to talk about and show us.
Yes, indeed. So, howdy, y'all. I'm Bubbles, and I've been in contact with a number of people who are currently in the Gaza Strip, who are trying to survive the 629 days and onward of aggression that has been ravaging the area. And because this young man reached out to me, I figured I owed it to him to at least try my hand at fundraising. And this is my first ever fundraiser, honestly. But yeah, the funds that this fundraiser is collecting are dedicated to helping him relocate, helping him to get out of Gaza, and hopefully helping him to rebuild his life outside of the war zone. And yeah, we hope that people will want to help out. And of course, if you want to help out more than just my good friend Hamza, I do have linked in all of my social media other links to other families, other individuals who all could use our help. And Hamza is one of the people out there who he works as a clown, actually, to try
Nice.
to bring joy to all the kids who, like him, have been suffering as a result of everything.
So you see why they click.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We won't get into the other things, at least not on TV anyway.
for later.
Joking, of course. But yeah, as you can see, the QR code is actually at the bottom of the screen. So whether you're watching this live as it happens or when we stream it at all the different channels, yeah, if you're interested in what Bubbles just talked about, please, it's right there. We have on the screen also the little thing on the internet. That's the gentleman right there that I'm looking at the bottom corner, right?
Yes, indeed.
Very nice. And anything that has to do with music or looking at positive, you know, finding joy and happiness and laughter, even if it's crazy laughter, it's still better than the alternative, isn't it?
Certainly is.
All right. So we're going to bring up that one more time before we get out of here. But meanwhile, why don't we do another one?
All right. Yeah, that guy's only 18 years old. His
Indeed.
whole family died.
Yeah,
Um,
still mourning their losses.
So this song, this planet was very peaceful and holistic, but at one point we came across some like mean crops, some mean killer cobs of corn. 3 of them in particular that we're putting on their cob kernels right now. Wink, wink. Put on the cob costumes.
Faster!
All right. This is a song with music.
We promise.
You gotta love that space technology, you know? It always fails at the right moment.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, you can play it. That's it. Action. Yeah, actually, the Space Sox, the Dilmuffs told us to go to this planet.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Shooing, rebooting, wires on tip. True moon clouds, circles race, so loud, soft blue, cloud boat, smiles to eye, drifting giggles and nice mountains snow. It was warm, now coolness fell. Rivers rocked me like razor lights. Feels the sensations of delight. Spirit sweat, chasing the colors of our own north. See what seems like Nelson sword, chasing the colors of our own north. See what seems like spirit sword, chasing the colors of our own north. Those cops almost got us that time.
Death by butter.
I got salt in my wounds from those killer crops.
Nice.
I'm just glad we didn't get popped like popcorn.
You know, if we were doing this outside, that would have happened, you realize?
I don't know why you guys put a studio right on the sun, but, you know, it looks cool from afar.
Well, you know, we weren't thinking. I haven't been thinking for a very, very long time. Because
It's
I'm from the
overrated.
70s.
Who has?
Don't think, just act on
That's right.
intuition.
All right. So we got this new double happening in the next year or so. Let's talk a little bit. You reminded me about the whole TV thing you got going on there.
Oh, yeah, so in the 13th Demented Dimension, there's Castle Cat TV, hosted by Count Cat, who's a cat pyre, vampire cat. And they show classic public domain movies, and our friend Oshka's the producer and editor, despite being an alien without any arms or hands. And yeah, it's up on YourTube, and it's on Grand Rapids public access. It was on Ann Arbor public access, and it's on some Roku stations, the Monster Channel, Tingler Television sometimes, and maybe that's it.
Isn't it hard as hell to keep a track of all those different places now, those locations? Those
Yeah.
I mean, even us, we got like 25 different channels that we stream this show from, and it's like at least a third of us. I'd never heard of these, you know. Yeah, I mean, no judgment or criticism, but it's like, wow.
New and disimproved.
And, you know, I don't know. I can't keep a track of them all. Anything above 5, and I'm lost.
They don't teach musicians to count past 4 anyway. It's fine.
That's right. Unless you're Neil Peart, then you have to count to 11.
I couldn't get past D.
In the alphabet? Yeah. I got you.
Wait, those are two different things? Shit, sure explains my education.
All right. Okay, so that's where you can find that if you want to get into some interesting horror TV, I guess, if you will. That's the gist.
Deathcat.us. Got links to it all.
Okay. All right, why don't we do another one?
All right, the center of the time warp.
Into the center of the time warp.
Time warp. It's part of-
Let's do the time warp again.
It's just a jump to the left.
Oops, that's my right. I saw that for the first time. The song has nothing to do with it, by the way.
Right.
But that I saw that what do they call that? Shadow play here in Royal Oak at like one of the theaters back in '08 on LSD. That was my first time ever seeing
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
We planned that. That's why we're in unison.
Exactly.
We're wearing matching socks too.
Yeah,
And underwear, but nobody asked about that.
Yeah.
yeah. My girlfriend really liked that, and she dragged me to a couple of them. I really enjoyed myself, but that was back when you could do anything and everything. You know, a toast, and we'd throw bread and.
I was gonna ask,
Oh,
did
yeah,
you
the
throw
hot
the toast,
dogs,
Scott?
too.
Did you throw the toast?
Oh, you basically said, okay, you're going to wear either the costume or you're going to wear clothes. You don't care if they get messed up. By the time you were done with that
yeah.
midnight showing,
Filthy, you filthy.
clean up on all aisles after that. It was a fun time, but that's one of those movies you can't just watch it on TV on cable. You actually have to
Absolutely not.
be there at least, even if it's with a bunch of people. You know, they can.
You people, gross.
Yeah, but you know me, I've always gotten into those blue women and the green women, and you know.
And the silver women, and the silverware.
Yeah. All right. So we're doing really great on time. I'm glad. I'm happy. We got a couple more things to talk about, but this is more about the music than anything.
Sometimes we get stuck in between time, and then we have to go around time, and then we're suddenly out of time, but we got so much time to spare, we don't even double, triple cat, dog dare. But anyways,
Now you're talking like a philosopher. Like
you know,
those ones like Kant and Jung.
this is Cosmic Conscious Cats. It's about opening your third eye or fourth eye, or however many eyes you got. It's the extra one. For Slizzy up here, it's gonna be his second eye.
Cosmic Conscious Cats. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So why don't we talk a minute about the whole Planet 9 thing, if you don't mind? Give us a scoop on that.
The what?
The Planet 9.
Planet 9 Film Fest or
Yeah.
movies?
Yeah. You're part of that, right? Unless I'm.
I don't know nothing about no planets or no nines.
So it's and answer question further. Well, it's a film fest that so you know, like we make movies, right? Like we the movies, we make them, and then like with like the fun to us, and we like them, and then we submit them to film fest, and everyone's like, no. They take your money and they're like, no, it's too weird. It doesn't have a budget.
It made me vomit from anxiety.
Yeah, that's actually a true story. I had a dear friend of mine from another state or planet or whatever. I showed him our last feature film, and anyway, so he threw up and didn't like it. But anyhow, me and a fellow friend, the Crispin Rosencrantz Senior, Junior, Esquire.
Dr. Reverend.
Yeah, so we was like, let's just do our own film fest and do it for all the weirdos. So, that's what we're always looking for. We're looking for some unique, interesting, one-of-a-kind, hard to find, hard to believe, easy to receive on your television receiver, except for not really. And we show a bunch of weird, fucked up movies. Not that fucked up. I mean, some of them have been like straight up like art porn or like, preachy people and
Hey, there's room
things
for
on
everybody,
fire.
as far
Yeah,
as submissions.
yeah, and we can't take them all because it does get bigger, and
Right.
some of them do suck. Some of you guys out there making movies do suck, or I don't like them. I mean, art's, it is what it is, and it's in the, you like what you like. I like good stuff. I like terrible stuff. I like shit, and I like shit that's Freddy Pooper.
I
that has a
like
face.
bad things.
So it can suck, but it can suck good. Although that's a different,
Yeah, if it sucks good, the way, if it's the.
Not so good.
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
sucks
That's
so
what she
good,
said.
and you should. So if it's the type of crap that we like, we'll play it. But if it's a crap we don't like,
Yeah.
then we might not.
We'll mess it up.
Yeah. So anyways,
Oh, so you are snobs then?
yeah, fuck me, fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck that guy, fuck this robot.
I'm too bad for my good, bad music.
So
Yeah.
you're saying it's all different categories and levels of artness, but does it have to be horror or science fiction oriented, or you
It
just
doesn't. No,
or it
that's
could just be unusual?
that's what we like most is horror and sci-fi. But we've shown some art house stuff. We've shown some documentaries about real issues before. Specific causes. We care about human and animal rights, so sometimes those make it in there. Big fan of stop motion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just whatever seems like unique and weird, or
you
has
ever-
something really important to say that we're just it's basically it just resonates. Everyone's got their frequency, and it's if
Yeah.
we resonate with it, we'll play it if we can. Sometimes
Okay.
there's stuff we like and we can't play because there's only so much time. We used to do it. In it still happens in Michigan. It was happening in Hamtramck. This year it's going to be at Hazel Park in Hazel Park.
At
Hazel
the-
Park Cafe.
The cafe, yeah. I haven't been there yet, but I've heard great things about
Oh,
it.
it's a pretty sweet place.
It's going to be really great on November 8th, 2025.
It's right a week before my birthday. I think I remember that.
We're doing it for your birthday. That's
Yeah,
why
there
almost
you go.
birthday.
It's my birthday.
yeah. We're like, let's not do it on his birthday. It'll be on to
No,
us.
I'll be busy with hookers and blow and all kinds of stuff.
Bring him along. We'll make it look like a big.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the guy who owns the shop. It's actually his birthday that day that we're doing
Oh
it.
wow! So he's a fellow Scorpion then.
And it's the
Multi-birthday
day
party.
after my mom's birthday.
Oh,
Hi, Mom. My mom's
Happy
awesome.
almost birthday,
we are
Tom's
crazy, aren't we?
mom.
Us Scorpions, we're nuts, aren't we?
Yeah, you guys are fucking nuts, Scorpios. You guys are like evil, shisty, clever, crafty, and I hear wild in bed.
Well, I don't mean to brag, but
Don't mean to toot your own horn.
or somebody else's. I don't
But
care.
there's a reason he's still married.
All right.
And then it happens in Los Angeles too, and I forget when that's happening. November 13th, maybe. And then we used to do it in Chicago, but the turnouts were so bad, and I lost so much money. I decided not to do it there. And we tried to do it in New York last year. Last year, Death Cat was going on tour throughout the East Coast, but right before we decided that we're gonna get COVID instead, and
We died.
then we
Yeah.
died, and
You guys were lame, and I went camping instead.
yeah, Bubbles and his girlfriend went camping. The
Well,
Death Cat
la-di-da.
camping group, right? Motherfucker.
Them woods were haunted, though, so if that makes you feel any better.
Oh, just brag about it. Rub it in my face, why don't you?
Unless it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one. Don't. I'm boring.
A little bit more like Headless Horseman.
All right, we want to squeeze at least a couple more, if not 3 more. Let's. While we get back to work.
Oh, wait. I got to pick up my guitar.
Ah, shit.
5
Don't
second
you have
rule.
a roadie to do that for you? Or an alien, little short one?
Jay, put my
Candy
guitar on for me.
5 second rule. Pick it up quick.
Oh, man.
Now look what you've done.
There goes the man's horn. He can't play anymore.
Man whores, man horn.
That's a band name
If
for you.
anybody's selling a Flying V or those other 80s looking ones for $100 or less, I'll give you 50. Man, space clothes are just so hard to wear sometimes with a guitar.
Yeah.
All right.
What we'll go through for fashion.
So this is called Cat Karma Caramel Cat Caravan, or also Cat Caravan. It's about karma and being a cat and cause and effect of causes, and it's doesn't involve me talking so much until the music plays.
Cat Karma Caravan. One, two, three, four.
Yeah, come on, caravan.
All right. If you don't mind, Bubbles, you want to mention that one more time before we get done?
Absolutely. So if you check out my social media, you can find links to many other Palestinian families and individuals in need. And I am working on trying to get a longer list up. But also, if you would like to directly help Hamza, on either side right here, oop, that's your QR code. And thank you in advance if you decide to help.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's real messed up what's going on over there. I got a client at work. I'm a barber, and I get this woman in, and she's like crying one day. Her whole family, they killed her whole family, and then she was telling me not only did they kill her family, they were digging up her family that was already dead just to desecrate their bodies.
It is a common occurrence, unfortunately, where a lot of resting places are not necessarily final, but they will still be disturbed and desecrated by those carrying out the aggression. And
The Israel Army.
That's evil
Fuck 'em.
in any category. That's evil. I don't even care what the person that's buried did. That's still evil. And all, you know.
indeed. And try as I might, I separate people from the actions of their governments, but the actions of this government are beyond unforgivable, and they go beyond words, frankly. Day number 629 of the genocide, and possibly far from the last day, unfortunately. And many, many infants in Gaza are starving due to the inaccess to aid and the lack of baby formula as well.
They won't let them get it, and they won't let them leave, so what are they supposed to do?
Because there are trucks with enough equipment to feed at least 1 million people that are being withheld at crossings.
But Bubbles here's got, you guys figured something out so this Hamza guy can actually get
Yeah,
some dough to get some food or whatever
for
is
sure.
available.
And it's like resources are limited out there, but we use what we can in order to help in any way that we can.
Fuck all oppression.
Amen to that.
All right. So, on that note, let's get a little tearful again, hopefully. All right, so we got a couple more to go, and we're going to definitely squeeze them in.
So this
Go ahead.
this is Bubble Blob Slores. So the aliens that were holding our other friends prisoners, they work with this other blob alien species that they're kind of like amoeba-like or what's it called when you consume something like a parasite. You have to consume something
All right.
to eat it. So Bubble
I-
Blob.
I'm getting a little message from the production. So what I'd like to do is, this is what I always do on my show. I sign off one more time, and I'll let you do the finish. So if you don't mind, what we'd like to do is have you do the back-to-back. So you're going to do what
Two
you
songs?
just described, Bubble Blob, and then the next one's Black Hole, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to talk about that for a second, but once I sign off right now, then it's all you till the end.
Okay.
All right. So thanks again, folks. I had a great time. I hope you did too. This has been a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And please come back again when, hopefully, when that dual release, that concept thing is all, you know.
We'll come back halfway point because that'll be a while.
Yeah. No, you're definitely welcome to do that. All right, killer. Once again, Death Cat.
Bubble Blob Slurries.
10